Now earnings per share, EPS, IAS 33. In this, it is not taking that much time, the time which we have taken in understanding the format. It will be taking more time. So if you start asking questions, which I will be saying, say after 1 hour or maybe next class, तो आंसर देने में तकलीफ होगी. मेरे को पूरा बोल लेने दीजिए. जहां जहां मैं बोलूंगा, जो बोलूंगा, यू कैन आस्क क्वेश्चंस ऑन दैट. लेकिन बीच में आप बोलने लग जाएंगे, समझ में नहीं आएगा. ठीक है? सो रिक्वेस्ट everybody that keep your cool, maintain, don't worry. I will say everything. Why I have deleted that? Because if we see something, then we don't able to hear properly. So abhi we are hearing. You just close your room. If you are, others are there in front of you, put a hands free, put in your ear so that you will be able to hear exactly what I am saying. Now, as I said, earnings per share is no journal, ledger, nothing. It's calculation. Earnings per share. In Saraf Academy, earnings per share. My profit for 2022 March, we have calculated, audited and all that yesterday. So whatever the profit is there, divided by the number of shares in Saraf Academy, will be giving me earnings per share. Why I will require to divide it by number of shares? Why I want to convert into earnings per share? I to know already the profit. In Saraf Academy, the profit is this much as compared to last year. It is more or less, whatever I know. Why I will calculate earnings per share? Not required. I'm not asking. I'm just asking, think. Why the accounting body is started saying we need to calculate earnings per share? Kyun? Suppose in the current year and in the last year, Saraf Academy, number of shares are different. Actually, in my case, there is no difference since the beginning. Same number of shares. 5,000 shares with me, 5,000 shares with my wife, number of shares 10,000. That's all. When we started the company at that time this year, now also this year. But if the number of shares last year and current year are different, that means in the current year there is further shares issued, further money received from shareholders, maybe Prakash or Vidisha, maybe new shareholder, and that money invested in the business. So that money given extra income. So if last year my profit was 20 lakh and this year the profit is 25 lakh, on a standalone basis we will say that the profit has gone up. Because 25% up, good. But we need to understand that in the current year, there is further issue of shares. There is further investment in the business. Because of that, the earnings is increasing. So looking at 20 and 25 lakh, the comparison will not be meaningful. The comparison should be done per share earnings. Okay, last year 20 lakh, last year 10,000 shares, per share earnings is this. Current year 25 lakh, current year number of shares is this. Per share earnings is greater than last year. Because if you invest, you will definitely increase your earnings. But are you actually increasing your earnings logically? The second reason for calculating earnings per share. Suppose I am in the training industry and there are so many in the training industry. I am not listed. I am not listed in the stock exchange. There are others who are listed also. Listed company will have more shares, more earnings and all that, definitely. मान लीजिए for a listed company, Baiju or any company, earnings is 20 crore. Prakash Saraf, Saraf Academy earnings is only 20 lakh. On a standalone basis, we will say they are not comparable with Saraf Academy. Even I cannot compare with Baiju because that's a different training industry. But still just for understanding purpose. There is a big difference between the two companies. Those are in the same business. We can't compare 20 crore and 20 lakh even in a standalone basis also. But since they are in the same industry, if we calculate their earnings per share, that 20 crore they are earning by this many shares, then on per share how much they are earning. And for Saraf Academy also, I am calculating earnings per share. The comparison can be done. So whether my past years, whether with the others, I can't compare on a standalone figure because profit figure is already there in the balance sheet, in the PL account. Profit for the year. Just now we discussed the format. That profit I can see, I can compare with earlier years, I can compare, but that is not comparable. Because jitna paisa, whatever you invest in the business, then your earnings will depend. It is not that somebody's earnings higher than you, they are better. We need to make the base clear. We need to bring on the same level. Then only the comparison can be done. Then only we can see that this company is performing better than others. The third reason, forget about the calculation by accounting body. Share market in India, in UK, in US, anywhere in the world. Focus on price earning ratio. Price earning ratio for Reliance, say 40. Price earning ratio for Reliance Industries is say 40. That means if they are earning 1 rupee on 1 share, then the price is 40 rupees in the market. If the company Reliance Industry increase their earnings by 2 rupees, and if the price earning ratio is 40, then the price will increase by 40 into 280 rupees. There is no guarantee. But when the price is 40 times of earnings, so whatever will be the changes in the earnings, that will be the change in the price. And this ratio, price earning ratio, whether you are a long-term investor, short-term investor, whatever you are, you will definitely look at what is the price earning ratio of the company. What is the price earning ratio of others? What is the price earning ratio in the industry? Generally we look for. The share market very much give importance to this price earning ratio. So without earnings per share, how you calculate price earning? Because share market is giving you 1 share price. So you need to have 1 share earnings, then only you can say price earning ratio. And this go on changing. So legal requirement I can say, because in SEBI, those companies which are listed, for them it is mentioned that they need to say their earnings, they need to say their price earning ratio when they finalize their financial statement. So that is a legal requirement for listed company. I don't know about Saraf Academy legal requirement, but my auditor always present earnings per share in my financials. Yesterday also, every year they present. Maybe for Saraf Academy also in India, the law is there. The question is that not a question of law. Can we compare the performance of any company or others or with the industry without having earnings per share? With the total earnings, we can't compare. So the accounting body said that, not now, since I studied CA and all that, earnings per share is there from that time. Okay, there is an earnings per share which companies need to present. Not in PL account balance sheet, because it is not an expense. It is per share earnings. The company need to present per share earnings in their financials. So that per share earnings has a rule, and that we are going to discuss. How to calculate. The reason behind calculation of EPS. Reason I am saying. That reason nobody is asking you in the exam. But then if we are not understanding reason, we will not understand the logic of calculation also. To understand the logic, we need to understand the logic behind this calculation. Similarly, journal entry you will understand when you understand the concept. You will say the journal entry automatically. There is no tension. So this is background why the earnings per share each. And the accounting body, India, US, IFRS has said there is a particular guidelines which you need to follow to calculate earnings per share. That guidelines we are discussing in the second level. So that guideline says that it's simple. Profit by number of shares. Whatever the profit as per PL account, not other comprehensive. The profit for the year. The profit for the year will be divided by number of shares, will give you earnings per share. The profit which we are saying as per income statement, profit and loss account, is after deducting dividend or without deducting dividend. Anybody. The profit which we are saying as per profit and loss account, profit for the year, is after deducting dividend or without deducting dividend. ये क्वेश्चन अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है. आई थिंक क्या होता है यार, हम लोग बोल रहे हैं कि डिविडेंड किसको देंगे? हु विल बी गेटिंग द डिविडेंड? And the amount which we are not giving dividend, who will get that? रिटेन्ड अर्निंग तो नॉट 1 year इनकम ना, रिटेन्ड अर्निंग तो many years इनकम.
If it is preferential under dividend, it will be deducted.
No, I was not asking that. I am just saying that ki dividend. So we are saying that out of the earnings, some amount we will give to shareholders as dividend, and some portion we will keep in the business for further growth and all that. If I am doing my business, not that everything I am taking from business in my house, I am keeping something in the business. So we are saying that कि हम लोग ये नहीं बोल रहे हैं कि इसमें से डिविडेंड वी विल बी गिविंग और नॉट. We will be giving high dividend, low dividend, whatever. This is the earnings company generated. So there is no question that we deduct dividend to calculate earnings per share. I am not calculating the residual earnings or the earnings which is left. I am calculating what the company has generated. I am not concerned whether the company will pay dividend, high dividend, low dividend, what. I am not concerned. I am concerned only one thing. What is the earnings the company generating per share? So there is no question that we deduct dividend. And anyhow, if technically I will say, in the PL account we are not showing dividend. In the profit and loss statement we are showing profit for the year. We are not showing dividend. Dividend to we are showing in statement of changes in equity. So dividend never deducted in calculating EPS. Yes, Shrutika, बोलिए. हाँ.
From the starting you have 5,000 shares each.
हाँ.
सर ये concept एक normal private अगर ये चीज हम Reliance के लिए बोले तो फिर एक समझ में आता है that this is the many number of shares, but where तो you are only 2 people.
हाँ.
5,000 shares क्यों? It's like it मुझे थोड़ा सा लगता है strange, so I could not clear that concept.
नहीं, that concept मतलब आप ये सोच रहे हैं कि हम लोग 5-5 हजार शेयर ही क्यों लिए हैं, तो ये मेरी मर्जी. वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि आई एम सेइंग दैट योर क्वेश्चन इज नॉट ऑन ईपीएस, योर क्वेश्चन इज ऑन समथिंग एल्स कि व्हाई इन माय कंपनी 5,000 शेयर ईच, व्हाई नॉट इट इज 1 शेयर ईच. हाँ, एनी कंपनी. तो हम लोग शेयर बना रहे थे कि हम लोग जब कंपनी बनाए हम लोग सोचे वी विल इन्वेस्ट 50,000 एंड वी थॉट दैट वी विल कीप 1 शेयर फेस वैल्यू 10 रुपीज. सो 5,000 इंटू 10 50,000 हो रहा था. देयर इज, हाँ, नॉर्मली लोग क्या करते हैं कि शेयर्स जब इशू करते हैं तो फेस वैल्यू 10 रुपए रख के ही करते हैं, बट ऐसा कोई रूल नहीं है. यू कैन हैव शेयर्स ऑफ फेस वैल्यू 1 रुपी, 10 रुपी, 5 रुपीज, 100 रुपीज, इट्स अपॉन यू. और हम लोग को उतना ही पैसा लगाना था 50,000, तो हम लोगों ने उतना शेयर किया. अब रिलायंस है, आईटीसी है, मिलियन ट्रिलियन शेयर्स है, एक एक शेयर का फेस वैल्यू 1 रुपया है. रिलायंस में 1 शेयर वैल्यू इज 1 रुपी, नॉट 10 रुपी. So they have the number of shares and the share capital in the balance sheet is same because that is the number of shares into 1. उन्होंने 1 क्यों लिखा वो, that's their call because
nobody is there to judge. No regulation for this. It completely depends on the owner.
it's not owner. It depends upon if a listed company SEBI laws वगैरह होएगा. हम लोग के लिए तो कंपनी लॉ है. तो कंपनी लॉ says that the share face value cannot be in fraction. It can be 1 rupee, 2 rupee, 10 rupee, 20 rupees, कुछ भी. There is no rule as such.
Sir?
हाँ. The Companies Act mandated that all private limited company have. मेरे को नहीं झगड़ा करना है. I am not teaching law because I am not a law person. आप कोई टैक्स का बात करेंगे, नहीं बात करना है, नहीं आता है यार, सॉरी. हाँ.
Sir, the profit after tax, the earnings which is included in the security premium reserve is also included, or it is separated, which is kept aside for the growth of the company?
नहीं, हम लोग बोल रहे हैं कि अगर सिक्योरिटीज प्रीमियम का पैसा मिलेगा तो क्या उसको आप पीएल अकाउंट में लिखोगे क्या? क्योंकि अभी हम लोग डिस्कस किए, क्योंकि इसी डिस्कशन से है ये प्रॉफिट फॉर द ईयर. मैं बोल रहा हूं हम लोग को ये वाला फिगर लेना है. दिस फिगर डज नॉट इंक्लूड डिविडेंड पेमेंट दैट इज कमिंग अंडर स्टेटमेंट ऑफ चेंजेस इन इक्विटी, लॉजिक फॉर नॉट डिडक्टिंग. लेकिन अभी ये शेयर प्रीमियम यहां कहां से आ गया? आप सोचो, बोलो, आप ही बोलो अनिस्क जी.
सर वो एकदम से डाउट उठा था,
नहीं आ गया. मैंने ठीक है, लेकिन मैं बोल रहा हूं कि फिर इन दैट केस फॉर्मेट ठीक से ध्यान नहीं आ रहा है ना, तो फॉर्मेट लिख के जरूर करना। यहां शेयर प्रीमियम कहीं नहीं है सर, शेयर प्रीमियम रीवैल्यूएशन उसके नीचे है, या कोई ऐसा आइटम जो पीएल में नहीं आता जो यहां आएगा। हम लोग बोल रहे हैं प्रॉफिट फॉर द ईयर विल बी द न्यूमरेटर टू कैलकुलेट अर्निंग्स पर शेयर। आपने बिजनेस करके क्या कमाया? आप अगर शेयर्स प्रीमियम पे इशू कर रहे हैं, वो बिजनेस थोड़ी ना हुआ। दैट इज नॉट अ क्वेश्चन, स्टेटमेंट ऑफ चेंजेस इन इक्विटी। मैं बोल रहा हूं सिंपल। हम लोग मान लीजिए ऐसा 5,000 आइटम मन में आ सकता है, देयर कैन बी 5,000 आइटम्स, बट आई एम टॉकिंग दिस प्रॉफिट फॉर द ईयर, सॉरी आई एम टॉकिंग दिस प्रॉफिट फॉर द ईयर, हम इसकी बात कर रहे हैं। तो इधर में तो कोई शेयर प्रीमियम वगैरह कुछ है ही नहीं, डिविडेंड है ही नहीं, लेकिन फिर भी कंफ्यूजन आता है, तो मैंने बोला कि डिविडेंड लेस करना है कि नहीं। कोई बोलेगा सर अर्निंग्स डिविडेंड लेस करके, ऑब्वियसली वो रिटेन्ड अर्निंग्स, हम रिटेन्ड अर्निंग्स की बात नहीं कर रहे। देन आई वुड नॉट बी सेइंग दिस, बिकॉज द क्वेश्चन इज दैट व्हाट इज द अर्निंग्स जनरेटेड, वेदर आई हैव पेड डिविडेंड, आई विल पे डिविडेंड, आई विल नॉट पे डिविडेंड, दैट नॉट वी आर डिस्कसिंग। हमने पर शेयर पे क्या कमाया लास्ट ईयर की कंपैरिजन में, दूसरे की कंपैरिजन में, तो यहां पर शेयर प्रीमियम वगैरह है ही नहीं। और इसमें यह समझाना चाह रहा हूं, क्वेश्चन प्रॉब्लम ये नहीं है कि आप पूछे, क्वेश्चन है कि ऐसे 10 आइटम आएंगे, लेकिन आपको तो क्रिस्टल क्लियर होना पड़ेगा ना कि 10 आइटम आने से ही उसी सेकंड रुक जाए, दे शुड स्टॉप एट दैट मोमेंट ओनली। ओके, आगे बढ़े हम लोग। अच्छा, so again I am not showing anything. Now the second story comes, numerator का तो बात हो गया प्रॉफिट। Somebody was saying that preference dividend will be deducted, I will come later, बाद में आते हैं उसके बाद। अब हम लोग डिनोमिनेटर की बात कर रहे हैं। The problem arises that if you calculate earnings per share, numerator is the profit, but the denominator number of shares generally within the year it remains same. Like in Saraf Academy, beginning of the year 10,000 shares, mid of the year 10,000 shares, end of the year 10,000 shares. आप जिससे भी कर लो. But there are organizations where during the year share changes, number of share changes. There are many reasons, 3-4 reasons. One is company issue further shares at full price. Company issue further shares at lesser price. Company issue further shares free of cost, bonus shares. Company buy back shares. The company reduce the number of shares. मेरे हिसाब से अगर आपके मन में कुछ आ रहा होगा, रुक जाइए. According to me, there is no other reason the number of shares will be changing. New issue, reduction in issue. New issue maybe we are giving new shares for takeover, merger, for money, for rights issue, or bonus issue, or maybe share buyback. Number of shares changes. Saraf Academy जैसी कंपनी में कभी नहीं चेंज होता. The changes happen generally in listed company. I'm not saying that कि non listed में नहीं होता भाई. Again somebody will start fighting. I'm talking about general thing. So the problem arises here is that which number of shares we should be taking. I'm not asking. I'm just asking think. That the accounting body was in dilemma. Which number of shares we should be taking. Beginning of the year, mid of the year, end of the year, which number of shares? They gave logic for taking number of shares. फिर तमाल जी चालू हो गए. भाई मेरा सुन ले यार. They gave logic for number of shares. If I will say that in Saraf Academy at the beginning of the year 10,000 shares, and say after 4 months there were money required in the business, and I was not interested in taking loan and all that, then me and my wife further invested money in the business. And for that money, Saraf Academy gives further shares to Prakash and Vidisha Saraf. Suppose we have invested 5 lakh in Saraf Academy after 4 months. So 5 lakh ke badle 50,000 shares, 10 rupees each. Again, there is no rule, it should be 10 rupees or whatever yaar. That is not we are discussing. Because company law mere ko bhi nahi aata hai. So 50,000 shares just for understanding. If we take the beginning shares, then the profit by 10,000. If we take the ending shares, then the profit by 60,000. And if we take something else, then something else. The accounting body gave logic for that something else. Not the beginning, not the ending. The accounting body gave logic. They said that the 10,000 shares which is from the beginning, on that, whatever money you received from the shareholder, that is 10, 12 years, we use that money in the business for all the years up till now and in the current year also. The 10,000 shares pe money Prakash and Vidisha gave 13, 14 years back. So that money is used in the business still now in the current year also. That money is used in the business for entire year. But after 4 months, when the 50,000 shares given to Prakash and Vidisha, then the money is used in the business only for 8 months. So in the numerator, you are taking earnings. And some of the earnings by investing money in the business arises for 8 months. So if we take the ending number of shares 60,000, that means you are thinking that the money by issue of shares you got from the beginning. And if you take the beginning 10,000 shares, then actually you are not considering the further money invested in the business. So the accounting body said that taking beginning, taking ending, both is wrong. We should be taking weighted average number of shares. The 10,000 shares money used in the business for entire 12 months during the year. But the 50,000 shares money used in the business to generate income only for 8 months. So the accounting body said that we will be using weighted average number of shares in place of opening or closing. What will be the weight? Weight is the period for which the money used in the business. 10,000 shares money used in the business for 12 months. So 10,000 into 12 by 12. But for 50,000 shares, the money used in the business for 8 months. So for 50,000 shares, the shares we will not be taking 50. We will be taking 50,000 into 8 by 12. 50,000 into 8 by 12 will be coming 2/3. That will be coming, say, around 33,000 shares. Say, they are saying that when we calculate earnings per share, we will divide by 10,000 plus 33,000, 43,000 shares. A reason for this. They said that you have not used 50,000 shares money from beginning. So if you take entire 50,000 shares to calculate EPS, it's not logical. Then you should earn for 12 months. That means we can't take ending, because 50 plus 10, 60, ending means 50,000 shares money used entire year. They said that you can't take beginning shares also. Then to you are using 50,000 shares money. Numerator is there, denominator is not there. So taking full is wrong, taking nothing is wrong. अब झमेला आया, क्या लें फिर ले क्या? What should be taken? They said that much logical that we will calculate weighted average. The money which is used for how much part of the year, we will take that to calculate earnings per share. Then the accounting body of India, US, UK, anywhere in the world, they said that we calculate earnings per share by taking weighted average number of shares. The money used in the business for how long? 10,000 shares, 12 months, 50,000 shares, 8 months. So 10,000 into 12 by 12 plus 50,000 into 8 by 12. Now this 10,000 into 12 by 12 and 50,000 into 8 by 12 can be calculated in a different way also. Both are allowed. The different way, for 12 months, first 4 months, it was 10,000 shares. Then after 4 months, it was 60,000 shares. So 10,000 into 4 by 12, for 4 months, 10,000 shares. Then 60,000 into 8 by 12. It will still come 43,000. 10,000 into 8 by 12 plus 60,000 into 10,000 into 4 by 12 plus 60,000 into 8 by 12 will be coming the same, because it's mathematics. 2 plus 3, 5. 3 plus 2, 5. It will not be coming greater than or less than 5. Either we do 10,000 into 12 by 12 plus 50,000 into 8 by 12, or we do 10,000 for 4 months into 4 by 12 and then 60,000 for 8 months 8 by 12. Both the figures will come same. Now normally a student will like the first one, 10,000 into 12 by 12 and 50,000 into 8 by 12. But we should not be liking this. You will say why? That I can say after 20-30 minutes. When I will incorporate different types of share issue, then you will find that doing the second type of calculation will be much easier than the first one. Because this example which I gave will never come in exam. Never. This is lollipop, below the level, below basement. The questions will be coming, rights also, bonus also, this also. So in that case, you need to do it fast. So you have to understand that you need to do the calculation, the second one. 10,000 into 4 by 12. In a year, for 4 months, 10,000 shares. And then 60,000 shares, 10 plus 50. 60,000 shares for 8 months. 10,000 into 4 by 12 plus 60,000 into 8 by 12 will give you the same weighted average number of shares. The way the shares are changing during the year, you will go on applying the weight. For 4 months it was 10,000, for 8 months it was 60,000. That should be the calculation we should be doing. So there are two things I am saying. First thing, why there is no beginning, why there is no ending, why there is weighted average. And the second thing, to calculate weighted average there are two stories, but we should be following the second story. That is, the way the shares are changing during the year, we will be applying the weight on that many shares. So we will be getting the weighted average number of shares. Now here comes 3-4 story. Normal issue of shares, right shares, bonus shares, and share buyback. First of all, I am talking about share issue, not buyback. Normal share, right share, bonus share. Normal share means suppose Reliance Industries share price is 2600 in the market. And the Reliance Industry is issuing new shares at 2600. Same price. That is called normal issue. But normally any company listed in a stock exchange, when they issue further shares in the market, they issue at lesser price. Why? If I am giving to existing, suppose I have Reliance share, सच्ची में मेरे पास Reliance का share है. So if the price is 2600 and Reliance is giving further share at 2600, if I am interested, I can purchase from market. Company need to give me at 2500, 2400, no law, Shrutika, no law. Any price you can quote. Somebody will say that, sir, in company law, अरे भाई से भी नहीं जा रहे हैं, law नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं. I am not the correct person to teach you law. Okay? So no law tax discussion. So I mean to say that ki jo price ho, but that will be 2600 se lesser. Then only I am interested to purchase, otherwise not. The company is giving shares to existing shareholders. So for existing shareholders, if they are not offered at less than the market price, they will not purchase. If the shares are not given to existing shareholder, new shareholder, it can be offered at 2600. But to the new shareholder also company offer at less than 2600. Because the new shareholder also can purchase at 2600. Why they will purchase at 2600 from the company? I am talking about not new. I am talking about right share. Right shares means shares are given to existing shareholder. If the existing shareholder will say, then only they will be given to others. But existing shareholder, first of all, that's the rule. All companies, Saraf Academy, any company, when they issue further shares, first of all, the opportunity should be given to existing shareholders. So company will issue to existing shareholders at less than the market price. Suppose at 2600 shares at 2400. So the existing shareholders are getting benefit of 200 rupees. They will become the shareholder of the company whose price is 2600. They need to pay 2400 only. The third category is bonus shares. Bonus shares, the company generated huge income, but they don't want to distribute that earnings in cash. They have new projects to be run. They want to invest that money in the business. But then that to happen every year. Every year they want to do something. They will never give anything to the shareholders. Dividend in cash, they don't want to give. They cannot give because they have the project going on. So they want to give bonus shares. That is free of cost shares are given to the shareholders. The share price is 2600. Prakash Saraf is getting Reliance shares of 2600 free में. What a lovely. I will dance here. कि 2600 का shares I am getting free. Because the company is giving bonus shares free of cost to the shareholders. When the bonus shares are given, they are given free of cost. When the rights shares are given, they are not given free of cost, but they are given at a lesser price. That means in the rights issue also there is some bonus element. When bonus shares are given, the entire value of share is a bonus. But when the rights shares are given, the difference in the price is the bonus element. Accounting body said that we need to incorporate this bonus element into earnings per share. How? Again logic. Then we will go into calculation. ऐसा क्यों बोला? ऐसा क्यों बनाया? Why they have made like this? First of all, we will go into logic. Then we understand the calculation. For both, there is different calculation. There is different way of calculating earnings per share in this case. First of all, I am talking about bonus share because then you digest the rights share. Saraf Academy, Prakash Saraf has Reliance shares. Reliance is giving 2600 ka share free me. Not one for one. Not one for one. If I have 100 shares of Reliance, they are not giving 100 shares. Suppose they are giving 1 for 10. They are giving 1 share for every 10 shares held. That means if Prakash Saraf has 100 shares, then Prakash Saraf is getting 10 shares from Reliance. Reliance has not announced. I am taking hypothetical example. तब तो मैं अभी डांस सच्ची में करता. Reliance ने announce नहीं किया है. They have not announced. Just for understanding purpose, I am saying Reliance is giving 1 share for every 10 shares as bonus. Not only to Prakash Saraf. Suppose there are million trillions of shareholders in India and outside India also for Reliance. सबको दे रहा है. Prakash Saraf 100 shares will get 10 bonus share. Somebody 1000 shares will get 100 shares. Somebody has 20 shares will get 2 shares. किसी के पास 5 शेयर है तो क्या होएगा? अब उसको आधा शेयर तो नहीं मिलेगा, उसको पैसे दिए जाते हैं. फ्रैक्शन के कारण कंपनी ने, because that is not a dividend payment, they are not, but they have to pay cash because how that shareholder will be getting benefit. मैं वापस से उसकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूं. That will be going into law. I am talking about whatever company number of shares are there, they are giving 1 for every 10 shares as bonus. Now I am taking for further understanding simple figure example. In the question 2 lakh, 2 crore, 50 lakh, 2020 shares. भाई वो सब वहां बात करेंगे. यहां understanding we want to develop, we can do verbal calculation. So I am taking the same example like Saraf Academy, 10,000 shares at the beginning. And the bonus shares are given 1000 shares. For every 10, 1 share. 10,000 shares of the company at the beginning. And they are giving 1000 bonus shares after 4 months. 10,000 shares at the beginning of the year. And 1000 shares they are giving after 4 months. By giving bonus shares, what is the money company is getting? Laddu. 0. No money. Bonus shares. So by giving shares, what should be the increase in the earnings? Laddu. Because there is no investment in the business. Even though the number of shares are changing, but the numerator is not changing. The numerator profit will change when money will come. Without money, the earnings will not change. You will say that for efficiency, हम लोग उसकी बात नहीं कर रहे. हम लोग earnings per share में share के पे, we are talking about shares money. We are not talking about efficiency, management, market, this, that. There is no further investment in the business by the shareholders. So if we will do the calculation like we discussed earlier, 10,000 shares for 4 months, 10,000 into 4 by 12, and then 11,000 shares for 8 months. That is 11,000 into 8 by 12. Numerator profit divided by this 0. Wrong. Because this you can do when the 1000 share you issued, you got money, that money invested in the business, so that increases the earnings for 8 months. But the bonus shares are not giving any money, not increasing the earnings. So whenever they are issued, they are treated as issued from the beginning. Even though they are issued from the after 4 months, but we will consider them that they are issued on 1st January, on 1st April, beginning of the year only. That means we will be doing 11,000 into 12 by 12, not 10,000 into 4 by 12 and 11,000 into 8 by 12. Don't raise any question for the time being. My saying is not yet finished. Let me finish, then start saying. मन में कुछ आ रहा है, थोड़ा सा धीरज रख लो भाई, because नहीं तो सब डिस्टर्ब हो जाएंगे. I am saying that when the numerator is getting affected by shareholders' money, then we will be doing weighted average. When the numerator is not getting affected by the shareholders' money, then we will not be doing weighted average. Because that is logical. जब पैसे आए ही नहीं, बिजनेस में इन्वेस्टमेंट हुआ ही नहीं, then how can we say that we will be calculating weighted average? The bonus shares, whenever issued during the year, they will be considered issued from the beginning of the year. And we consider weighted 12 into 12. Even though 1000 shares issued after 4 months, the weight for 1000 share is 12 into 12. But there is a big issue here. Current year profit we are dividing by 11,000, including 1000 bonus. So we are getting earnings per share. But this 1000 bonus was last year not there. Last year earnings per share was calculated by Saraf Academy by dividing last year income by 10,000. Obviously in the current year when the number of shares are more, the earnings per share chances are there that it will be lower. Okay, last year my profit was 20 lakh, number of shares 10,000. So it is 20 lakh by 10,000 per share. Current year my profit is 21 lakh. No further issue, no money came, but bonus issue is there. So 21 lakh divided by 11,000, it will be coming lesser than last year. Last year earnings per share 20 lakh by 10,200. Current year 21 lakh divided by 11,000 less than 200. Anybody will see that Saraf Academy is performing badly. Last year per share they generated 200. This year they are generating less than 200. They are performing bad. But is this logical? I am not asking. This is not logical. That earnings per share gone down because of bonus. We will be saying that the company is performing badly. They are earning less per share. Accounting body said that for comparison purpose, to have a meaningful comparison, because everybody will be doing. In the share market, when the company publish their financials, the public compare their current year and previous year. Even in the written in the financial, current year or previous year, दोनों लिखा रहता है. Current year and previous year both are written. So what I mean to say that accounting body said that for comparison purpose, last year earnings per share we calculated as 20 lakh divided by 10,000. That was correct. But for comparison purpose this year, when we say current year earnings per share 21 lakh divided by 11,000, for comparison purpose we will recalculate last year earnings. For current year, last year earnings will be recalculated, restated as 20 lakh divided by 11,000. We are saying that we will assume that the bonus was there last year also. So if the bonus would have been there last year also, then what is the revised earnings per share of the last year for comparison purpose? So when you take 20 lakh divided by 11,000, it will be coming lower than 200. And in the current year, we are saying 21 lakh divided by 11,000. But the current year earnings per share will be greater than the last year, which is actually the fact that the profit has gone up from 20 to 21 lakh. The number of shares has gone up, but the profit has gone up and there is no money invested in the business. So earnings per share is actually gone up. It has not gone down. But if we compare the EPS of last year with the current year, it is showing reduced feature, wrong feature, that the company is doing bad. But if we recalculate the last year EPS again for this year for presentation, 20 lakh divided by 11,000, then a meaningful comparison can be done. That actually the company's earnings per share has gone up. So there are two things here. First thing, when we are giving bonus shares, we are not getting any money. So the numerator is not changing because of bonus shares. So the bonus shares, the weight is 12 into 12. It has to be taken from the beginning only whenever you are issuing. Because of bonus shares, the current year earnings per share may be lower than last year. Very high probability, very high chances. But actually it is not lower. So the last year earnings need to be restated again by taking the bonus shares so that a comparison will be meaningful. So whenever the bonus shares is there, the company need to restate the earnings per share of last year for comparison purpose. That is law. That is rule. They are bound to. Now, if you will calculate last year EPS 20 lakh divided by 200, it was 10,000, it is 200. Per share 200. So you will say that in the current year, first of all, total earnings of last year, that is 200 into 10,000, 20 lakh, then divided by 11,000, then you will say, sir, in the question they will not give 20 lakh. In the question they will give that last year earnings per share 200. Now you need to multiply 200 into 10,000. You need to multiply 200 into 10,000. That will be making the profit of last year. Then you need to divide by 11,000. Then you get the restated EPS of last year. They are saying that you can do a shortcut. Again, mathematics. If it is 10,000 shares before bonus, after it is bonus 1,000, 11,000 shares. Against 10 share there is one bonus. So after bonus it is 11 and before bonus it is 10. That is called the bonus factor, 11 by 10. After bonus share, before bonus share, 11 by 10. This 11 by 10 can be used at two places. दो जगह काम आएगा. 10,000 shares into 11 by 10, 11,000. You don't have to consider 3 by 4 by 12, 8 by 12. 10,000 into 11 by 12 giving you 11,000. 1,000 bonus shares if you add from beginning, you can multiply with the bonus factor 10,000 into 11 by 10, 11,000. And the last year EPS, which you need to restate. Last year EPS was 200 per share. 200. Restated EPS for comparison purpose. Inverse of bonus factor. 200 into 10 by 11. 200 into 10 by 11. If you do 200 into 10,000 then divided by 11,000, whatever you will get, you are getting straight away 200 into 10 by 11. For calculating weighted average number of shares, you use bonus factor. For calculating last year restated EPS, you use inverse of bonus factor. You will say, why sir, itna jhamela kyun kare? When we will be doing problems, there is a normal issue, there is a right issue, there is a bonus issue. Then if you do the normal calculation, you will be more puzzled. But if you do this bonus factor basis calculation, fatafat, like somebody was asking, it will be coming in objective type or anywhere. मेरी बात मानिए कि अगर objective type में आता है, if you apply the bonus factor, inverse of bonus factor like this, but आप एक एक करके हौले हौले करेंगे, then in that case the time will be lost. If it is coming in the essay type, like for IFRS or for FR exam, then also if you apply the bonus factor story, you will be able to do the calculation very fast. But the bonus factor you will be able to understand when you understand basic calculation. And basic calculation you understand when the logic behind that. The logic is that bonus shares are not giving any money. They are not changing the numerator. So the bonus shares, whenever issued, they are treated as from the beginning. So you will consider them from the beginning, the weight is 12 by 12. Then only you can calculate EPS. The problem arises that when we calculate EPS like this, we can't compare with last year. Because last year the number of shares was less. So for bonus, we need to restate the EPS of last year. For calculating bonus shares and for calculating restated EPS, you can do normal calculation. But if you follow the bonus factor calculation, it will be very simple to complete the questions in the chapter very fast. So bonus factor is after bonus, what is the share? And before bonus, what is the share? After bonus, 10 plus 1, 11 divided by 10. And for restating, it is inverse of bonus. You multiply in the current year with bonus factor. You multiply in the last year with inverse of bonus. Adding in my example, I said earlier before bonus or rights, I said earlier 10,000 shares in Saraf Academy at the beginning. Then I said 50,000 shares issued after 4 months at a price, normal price. And now I am saying again 60,000, 6,000 bonus shares after 9 months. Beginning of the year 10,000 shares. After 4 months 50,000 shares at normal price. No rights issue, normal. पैसा आया. And after 9 months, before 3 months of the end of the year, 6,000 bonus shares. That means bonus shares are given against the 50,000 shares also which were issued during the year. अब यहां पर अगर नॉर्मली कैलकुलेशन करना है, वेटेड एवरेज नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स, सो 10,000 into 4 by 12, 10,000 into 4 by 12 plus 60,000, because 10 plus 50, 60,000 into 8 by 12, 60,000 into 8 by 12, or you can say 10,000 into 12 by 12, 50,000 into 8 by 12 separately. Now for the bonus 6,000 shares, how we incorporate this into total? We understand whenever the bonus shares issued, the bonus shares were treated as from the beginning, because they are not giving any money. So they will be treated from the beginning. So somebody will say that, sir, 6,000 shares into 12 by 12. It is getting wrong. Please understand that the 10,000 shares were there at the beginning of the year, and the 50,000 shares were issued after 4 months. Because of the bonus, the 10,000 becomes 11,000, 1,000 bonus from beginning. But the 6,000 bonus shares, out of that 6,000, the 5,000 bonus is on 50,000 shares. And the 50,000 shares arises after 4 months. So on that share, the bonus cannot arise from the beginning. They will be arising after 4 months only. The bonus on that will be arising after 4 months only. They cannot arise from the beginning. So if you do 6,000 into 12 by 12, you are doing wrong calculation. Because there is some number of shares issued during the year, on that also bonus is there. तो अब आप जब कैलकुलेशन करोगे, आपके दिमाग में your brain will not be functioning. What should I do, yaar? This, that. And like Anisk, you will be asking questions where I am go on saying that you do the recording properly, you do the same questions again, then only see the other question, maybe BPP Kaplan. And if you are not hearing, in every next question you will find problem. You need to set your mind how I will be doing. If you don't set your mind, you don't get the concept. In every next question you will be doing mistake. For that reason I said we will be going with the bonus fraction. On 10 share we are giving 1 share 11 by 10 is the bonus factor. We will say 10,000 shares at the beginning. Bonus factor into 11 by 10 into 4 by 12, because it was for 4 months. 10,000 into 11 by 10 bonus factor into 4 by 12, because 4 months. That is doing the calculation for 4 months, including bonus. 10,000 automatically become 11,000 and into 4 by 12. Then after that there is 4 months later on normal issue 50,000. So it becomes 60,000. 60,000 into 8 by 12. And still it is 11 by 10. Because on 10,000 also, on 50,000 also, I need to consider the bonus factor. For bonus, I am not calculating any bonus here. For bonus, I am calculating bonus factor. After bonus, it is 11. Before bonus, it is 10, 11 by 10. Forget about the period when you issue bonus shares. Just concentrate other periods. So 10,000 into 4 by 12 into 11 by 10. And plus 60,000 into 8 by 12 into 11 by 10. You can do other calculation also, I am not questioning. 10,000 alag, 50 alag, 6 alag, like I am saying. 10,000 into 12 by 12. On that bonus 1,000 into 12 by 12. 50,000 into 8 by 12. On that bonus 5,000 into 8 by 12. वो भी चलेगा. सब आंसर सेम आना है. इतना बार कैलकुलेशन हु विल डू? बोनस शेयर, बोनस फैक्टर 11 by 10. Everywhere apply the bonus factor to calculate weighted average number of shares. There is no hard and fast rule. But if you follow the bonus factor, it is better. And last year EPS, whatever the EPS of last year into 10 by 11, tak. You don't have to take EPS of last year into number of shares sold, total earnings, divided by total number. अरे यार माथा खराब हो जाएगा. Just the inverse of bonus factor, you multiply with the last year EPS, you will get the restated EPS of last year. Again, I am saying there is no compulsion that the calculation has to be done like that. But if you don't want to follow this, then never see the solution. Neither in BPP, neither in Kaplan. Then do your own calculation always. And first of all, do the easy questions where the calculation is simple. Then go into difficult question. Straight away you want to reach to the top floor without going from the basement, lift or staircase. How you will reach to the top level? When the questions you will be doing, first of all, you will be doing the question which I have solved in the notes. I will be discussing that in the class, but not that after the class you start doing new one. Do the same question which are on the notes. Do the same question in writing, in Word file, in Excel, whatever. Do mistake. See the solution. Do the video. Do the class. Then you do the new question. Your confidence will increase. But without getting the concept, if you start doing new question, you will destroy yourself. And you will think that I am not getting. Why I am not getting? When sir is there, I am getting everything. When sir is not there, I am not getting. That means you are not interested in understanding the concepts. Because I know that 90% do like that only. बेकाम का टेंशन लेते हो, मैसेज भेजते हो, आपको ही टाइम, मेरे को क्या है, मैं तो बता दूंगा. लेकिन आपसे एक क्वेश्चन पहले, सर आई डिड दिस, अरे उसमें भी तो बोनस और राइट्स है, और इसमें भी बोनस और राइट्स है. आप बोलोगे वो आता है, ये नहीं आता, मैं ये बता दूंगा, दूसरा वाला भी नहीं होने वाला है. यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू डू द नेक्स्ट वन ऑल्सो. यू ट्राई. अभी मैं ये बता दूंगा, नेक्स्ट वन अगेन द सेम, डिफरेंट फिगर्स, डिफरेंट सेम क्वेश्चन अगेन यूर. तो सॉल्यूशन कहां से होएगा फिर? देन व्हाट इज द सॉल्यूशन? देन सॉल्यूशन व्हाट एवर आई एम सेइंग, चुपचाप से डू द रिकॉर्डिंग, डू द सेम क्वेश्चन विच वी आर डूइंग इन द क्लास ऑन योर ओन, डू मिस्टेक, अंडरस्टैंड दैट, make your notes, then do the new questions. Without that, don't try any new question. You want to do the question from CA final study material, you want to do question from ACCA, BPP, Kaplan, दुनिया में जो किताब लाना ले आ यार, कोई बात नहीं, बट पहले समझो तो सही. और ऐसा सिंपल टॉपिक है, why I will be trying questions from 20 books? Why I will not be doing the questions properly once for one go, so that I don't have to study more. लेस स्टडी, मोर इफिशियंसी, मोर इफेक्टिवनेस, हमें वो चाहिए. सो मेरे बोलने के बाद भी सुनते नहीं है, प्लीज हाथ जोड़कर विनती है, रिक्वेस्ट है, सबसे पांव पड़ रहा हूं, आप इतना समझ लो कि वट एवर आई एम सेइंग यू नीड टू फॉलो. बोनस, नॉट गिविंग एनी मनी, सो बोनस फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. फॉर बोनस, बोनस फैक्टर. आफ्टर बोनस, व्हाट इज द शेयर? बिफोर बोनस, व्हाट इज द शेयर? So for calculating weighted average number of shares, everywhere apply this bonus factor. Till the time the bonus are not given. Till the time the bonus are not given, तब तक आप ये factor लगाते जाओ. And for last year restated EPS, inverse of bonus factor you multiply. You will get straight away in seconds. So that your sums will be solving faster and you are getting logic also. For bonus, since we are not getting money, for that reason this is the story. But for the right shares, we are getting money. It's not that we are not getting money, but we are not getting proper money. 2600 shares issued at 2400. 2600 shares issued at 2400. So the bonus factor is 200 rupees. How we will incorporate this partial bonus factor in case of rights issue? For that, first of all, as a rational person, we need to calculate what will be the value of shares after rights issue. Rights issue होने के बाद शेयर का दाम क्या होने वाला है? What is going to be the price? Now nobody can say कि रिलायंस का दाम अभी 2600 है, आधे घंटे बाद क्या होएगा? What will be the price? I don't know. I am saying as a rational person, as a knowledgeable person. If the price in the market is 2600, company giving at 2400, that means in the market price will go down. Not now. Once the right share will be there in the market, then it will go down. Average. Suppose the company is giving one share for 10 shares. Right share is also not 1 for 1. Suppose the same example, 10 share for 1 share. Against 10 share, company is giving one right share. So we are saying that if I am already the Reliance shareholder and if I am having 10 shares, then the value of those 10 shares is 10 into 2600. And I will buy one share by giving 2400. So 10 share value 10 into 2600. One share value, right share 1 into 2400. This will become the total value of 11 shares. So 10 into 2600 plus 1 into 2400 divided by 10 plus 1. 10 into 2600 plus 1 into 2400 divided by 10 plus 1. Whether this is going to be the price, don't know. Whether this is going to be the price, actually इससे अलग ही होएगा. The price will be different only. But as a rational person, 2600 value is given at 2400. What could be the price normally going to be? Which is called theoretical X right price. TERP. Theoretical X right price. TERP. Whether you remember technical language or not doesn't matter. But try to remember. TERP. Now, average price, how much it will come, I am not asking. Don't use calculator. 2600 into 10 plus 1 into 2400 divided by 10 plus 1, 11. Suppose it is coming 2500. Suppose it will not come 2500. It will be coming near to 2600. 25. ठीक है यार, दिनेश जी ने निकाल लिया. तो 2581 suppose it is coming. We are saying here the bonus factor is 2600 by 2581. It is not the bonus factor 11 by 10. Because in case of bonus shares, free. Here it is not free. Here you are getting 2600 thing at 2581. Not at 2400. Because after bonus share, the price is going to be 2581. So the bonus factor is 2600 divided by 2581. The bonus factor earlier in bonus share, 11 by 10. Here the, what do you say, rights factor, multiplier factor, bonus factor in the rights share, jo bolna ho yaar. It is 2600 by 2581. Till the time the rights shares are not given, this is the fraction, this is the multiplier. So like I said, you will multiply by period 4 by 12, 8 by 12, multiplied by 11 by 10. Here you will multiply it by 2600 by 2581. And for restated EPS, what you will do? Last year EPS into inverse of this. Into 2581 by 2600. Same story. In case of pure bonus, the entire share is a bonus. So you don't go into pricing. अगर आप प्राइस में जाओगे तो भी वो 11 by 10 ही आ जाएगा. But in case of rights issue, the entire amount is not bonus. Only a fraction of the amount is bonus. That fraction of the amount is calculated based on what will be the price after rights issue and what is the price before rights issue. 2600 by 2581. This will be used as a multiplier till the time the rights shares are not given to the shareholder. So if I take the same example which I said, 10,000 shares at the beginning, 50,000 shares after 4 months, then 6,000 rights shares from, what I should say, 6,000 rights shares after 9 months, 3 months earlier. So first 10,000 into 4 by 12, into 2600 by 2581, then 60,000 into, what do you say, before 9, first 4 months, then 5 months. So it is 60,000 into 5 by 12 into 2600 divided by 2581. Then after 9 months, how many total number of shares? 10,000, 50,000 and then 6,000. 66,000. 66,000 into 3 by 12. Now why we are not doing 66,000 into 3 by 12 into rights gone? The rights shares are given to the shareholders after 9 months. Till the time the rights are not given, the multiplier factor will be working. Till the time the bonus shares are not given, the multiplier factor will be working. When the bonus is given, the multiplier factor gone, story finished. So if in this case 10,000, 4 by 12 into rights multiplier plus 60,000 into 5 by 12 into rights multiplier plus 66,000 into 3 by 12 last 3 months, including everything, the weighted average number of shares. And the profit is there. For rights shares, you got some money. You invested in the business. So the earnings gone up. So when the earnings gone up, this would be considered like that. The weighted average number of shares would be there. But in pure bonus, there is no earnings. there is no money received in the business. So the bonus multiplier is like that. Maybe in a question, both rights, bonus, normal issue, all are there. If you proceed one by one, by proper, you have one thing to consider, wait as a period. 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever. And you have another factor which is bonus factor or rights factor to be considered till the time the bonus or rights are not given. जब तक बोनस और राइट्स नहीं देते हैं तब तक वो फैक्टर डालना है. तो पहले वाले बोनस केस में, नॉट राइट्स, बोनस केस में 10,000 into 4 by 12 into 11 by 10 plus 60,000 into 8, not 8 by 12, 60,000 into 5 by 12 into 11 by 10. Now bonus share 6,000 issue. Total number of shares 66,000. 66,000 into 12 by 12. Answer will be same. But if you proceed like this, how many period, when the number of shares are changing and the bonus or rights factor, you will be able to do faster calculation. And for previous year restatement, whether it's bonus, whether it's rights, whatever factor, inverse of that factor, multiply with the last year EPS. So you will be getting restated EPS. Why the accounting body said that? Simple logic. जब बिजनेस में, इन द बिजनेस when we are getting money and we are able to earn more, then we need to consider that weighted average number of shares from that period. Because earnings is not realized for entire year, then how can we take that number of shares from the beginning? So we need to take both into consideration, then only we can calculate earnings per share. If you have any doubt, don't ask. रुकिए अभी. Because एक बार में मैं बोलूंगा आप समझ जाएंगे, you are not God. If I am there and you are Prakash sir, I will be taking 5 times to do this, then only I will be able to understand. So इसलिए you cannot raise any question for the time being. One example, R Limited had 6,000 ordinary shares in issue on 1st January 2013. On 1st April 2013, R Limited issued 1,500 shares at full price. No bonus, no right. Earnings of the company for the year ended 31st December is 1,200. So we need to calculate earnings per share. Here there is no bonus, no multiplier, nothing. 6,000 shares from January till April, 3 months. And from April to December, it is 6,000 plus 1,500, 7,500 for 9 months. So weighted average number of shares 6,000 into 3 by 12 plus 7,500 into 9 by 12. That will be giving you weighted average number of shares. Profit 1,200, 1,200 divided by weighted average number of shares will give you earnings per share. क्या एग्जाम में ऐसे कॉलम वगैरह बनाना जरूरी है? नहीं. क्या आप बनाओगे? नहीं. क्या मैं बनाऊंगा? नहीं. किसको जोश आया है? ये तो ऐसे ही बढ़िया प्रेजेंटेशन बुक में दिया हुआ है, मैंने कॉपी किया है. हम लोग चुपचाप से एक लाइन में लिखेंगे वेटेड एवरेज नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स. कोई समय हमारे पास नहीं है वेस्ट करने के लिए. वी कांट वेस्ट आवर टाइम. 6,000 into 3 divided by 12 plus 6 plus 1,500, 7,500 into 9 divided by 12 equal to. अब अगर आप एक्सेल में कर रहे हैं, सपोज यू आर डूइंग इन एक्सेल, फायदा क्या है? आई एम टेकिंग हियर इक्वल टू इन अ ब्रैकेट, paste, bracket closed. This is the benefit of Excel. आपको इक्वल टू देके ब्रैकेट में लिखना है, कैलकुलेशन अपने आप हो जाएगा. सपोज somebody will say that sir I am not conversant with this. कैलकुलेटर में कर ले भाई. First of all, if you are FR exam part A and B, Part A and B में Excel will not be there. Objective type question you don't get Excel. You have to do in calculator. Nowhere you need to write. Writing का कोई marks नहीं है, as I said in the first class. But if you are doing question in FR on essay type, Excel will be there. You can do faster. But you need to develop your feeling from the beginning only what is best for you. Somebody will use calculator, somebody will use Excel. कौन क्या करेगा बोल नहीं सकता मैं. लेकिन आपको अपना चेक करना है कि मेरे लिए क्या बेस्ट है. एंड देन 1,200 डिवाइडेड बाई 7,125 यू गेट अर्निंग्स पर शेयर. Whenever it is written, it is called cents. In calculator, it will be coming 0.168. 1 rupee is 100 cents, 100 पैसे. इंडिया में पैसे बोलते हैं, बाहर में $1 is 100 cents. So when it is coming 0.168, they want to say 16.8 cents. अच्छा लगता है उनको. They ask the question answer in the exam in fractions, in cents. Then there is a bonus example relating to bonus, how you calculate bonus fraction. R Limited has 6,000 ordinary shares on 1st January. On 1st April, 1,500 shares for 1 for 4, 6,000 by 4 into 1, 1,500 bonus shares. Profit is this. Calculate EPS. Now here if we calculate earnings per share, then weighted average number of shares 7,500 from beginning. 1,500 from beginning because it is bonus. No money, no increase in earnings. So it is beginning. But I will do the calculation the way we discussed. 6,000 into 3 by 12 for 3 months. 6,000 into 3 by 12 for 3 months into bonus factor. What is the bonus factor? After bonus, the shares will be 7,500. Before bonus, it was 6,000. So 7,500 by 6,000. Or you can say 4 share will become 5. 5 by 4, 1.25. So 5 by 4, 1.25, whatever you like. 6,000 into 3 by 12 into 5 by 4. 6,000 into 3 by 12 into 5 by 4. Plus 1,500 bonus share issued, 7,500 bonus factor, story finish. Bonus given. So 7,500 into 9 by 12. 6,000 into 3 by 12 into 5 by 4 plus 7,500 into 9 by 12. It will be coming 7,500 only. It will be coming. But karna aise hi hai. 6,000 into 3 by 12 into bonus factor and then 1,500 bonus share given after 3 months. So that becomes 9 months balance. No bonus factor. Once bonus is given, bonus factor gone. It is coming. It is written here. You can take straight away 7. ऐसा question में तो वही करेंगे. Why I will do like this? This type of question will not come in exam. But I will not be doing this. I will be doing 75 and beginning year. शुरू से माना जाएगा 7,500 शेयर डिवाइड करके earnings per share. If it is right shares, calculating the theoretical X right price. On 31st August 2018, C company made 1 for 4 right shares at the rate of 4.7 when the market price is 6. This means that for every 4 shares, worth 6 each, a shareholder has the right to acquire 1 more shares at 4.7. समझा रहे हैं इतना. Exam में we don't need to explain to anybody कि right share का मतलब क्या होता है. The weighted average price after this, 4 share price 4 into 6, 1 share price 1 into 4.7 divided by 4 plus 1. So what is the theoretical X right price? What is going to be the price later? So that is going to be 5.74. So what is the rights multiplier? 6 divided by 5.74. So now the full example. Robert has 6,000 ordinary shares in issue on 1st January. On 1st April, 1,500 rights shares at the rate of 2.5. When the market price is 4, calculate EPS. First of all, what is the theoretical X right price? 4 into 4 plus 1 into 2.5 divided by 4 plus 1. 4 into 2.5, sorry, 4 into 4 plus 1 into 2.5 divided by 4 plus 1, whatever will come. I'm not asking anybody to do calculation. दिनेश जी नहीं काम है. आप दिमाग वहां लगा रहे हैं जहां जरूरत नहीं. वो दिमाग बाद में लगाएंगे. अभी समझना है. कैलकुलेशन नेक्स्ट क्लास में पूछूंगा मैं. तब देखते हैं कितना जोश आता है सर. तो मेरा ये बोलना है कि अभी कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन अंडरस्टैंडिंग. आप पिछले बैच में भी थे, 2-4 क्लास बाद गायब. मैं नहीं पूछ रहा क्यों. यहां पर भी फिर यही होने वाला है. वहीं खड़े रहेंगे हम लोग. जिंदगी में किस दिन आगे बढ़ेंगे ये सोचना है. ठीक है. So I mean to say that the average share price per share price each coming say 3.7. The multiplier factor each 4 by 3.7. So 6,000 shares till April 3 months. 6,000 into 3 by 12 into multiplier factor 4 by 3.7. And then the rights shares 1,500, 7,500 rights multiplier gone. 7,500 into 9 by 12 will give you the weighted average number of shares divided by profit. Profit divided by that will give you the earnings per share. तो पहले हमने निकाला 3.7. First 3 months के लिए multiplier effect 3 by 12. Then after that rights factor gone. In both these cases, whether this rights, whether this bonus, Last year earnings per share we need to restate. Last year earnings per share in this case will be multiplied by 3.7 into 4 divided by 4. Inverse of multiplier factor. In the top it was 5 by 4. So last year EPS will be multiplied by 4 by 5 for comparison purpose. It's not that last year EPS was wrong. It's just that last year EPS need to be recalculated, restated again for meaningful comparison purpose. Because आपका bonus और rights के कारण earnings per share goes down. As compared to last year it is less. But it is actually not less. The shares are given to the shareholder only. Bonus share given to me only, not to anybody else. तो मेरे को earnings per share को adjust करके ही compare करना होएगा. So for that reason, in case of bonus or rights issue, last year EPS need to be restated by multiplying with the inverse of the bonus or rights factor. 3.7 by 4 से multiply करना है आपको. अगर आप वैसा नहीं करोगे तो लास्ट ईयर का टोटल प्रॉफिट निकालिए, फिर नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स निकालिए, माथा खराब हो जाएगा. अब आप क्वेश्चन जब कर रहे हो तो पहले आप यही करिए, पहले इन्हीं क्वेश्चंस को करिए. यहां पर एक और क्वेश्चन है जिसमें लास्ट ईयर का ईपीएस रीस्टेट हो रहा है, उसके बाद मैंने ये लिखा है. पहले आप रिकॉर्डिंग करोगे, फिर आप ये क्वेश्चंस खुद से सॉल्व करोगे. आप इनको कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं करोगे. यू विल नॉट डू कॉपी पेस्ट इन योर नोट्स. You will be solving the questions on your own, maybe in the calculator. Then you will check your answer, it is correct or not. If it is coming wrong, then you will be redoing the recording again, understanding the concept. If you are doing wrong, making your notes, understanding purpose, and then you will be doing other questions relating to this. There are many questions. Questions आप एक suppose ACCA-FR, कोई बोलेगा नहीं मिला. If somebody joined yesterday, उसको नोट्स नहीं मिला है, लेकिन somebody joined before yesterday, मैंने खुद मेल किया है, even though you received or not. यहां पर इसमें वीडियो लिस्ट, लास्ट बैच का वीडियो लिस्ट. If somebody is doing recordings, they can refer. यहां पर वीडियो लिस्ट है इस बैच का. फर्स्ट क्लास हुआ है, सेकंड क्लास में यहां डालूंगा. This will be updated. Whatever I am teaching in the class, I will upload. Then यहां पर एक है, around 1 year back, I took one webinar of 1 hour for common for anybody in the world, how to pass the exam. उसका स्लाइड्स है और उसका वेबिनार का वीडियो हमारे YouTube चैनल पे है. और मैंने आप लोग को जो लिंक, माने जो क्लास स्लाइड्स है उसमें है. ये बीपीआर का एग्जाम किट है, देन ये बीपीपी का, देन दिस इज क्लास स्लाइड्स ऑफ लास्ट बैच, लाइक आई एम राइटिंग द वर्ड फाइल, एक्सेल फाइल, जैसे अभी बना रहा हूं. दिस इज लास्ट बैच क्लास स्लाइड्स, ऑल विच एवर आई डिड. फिर उसके बाद यहां पर द एफआर syllabus change, you can say, that is there in the institute website also. And 1 second, this is FR exam kit Kaplan. जो चीज मैं यूज कर रहा हूं क्लास में सब यहां पर है. आपको गूगल ड्राइव लिंक वी गिव. वाई? बिकॉज दीज फाइल्स कैन नॉट बी गोइंग स्टैंड अलोन, दे आर बल्की, दे आर हाई इन साइजेस. So if I don't share the Google Drive, I will not be able to share with all of you. When you receive the Google Drive, you need to download all the files, so that when you study on your own, you don't need to use internet. You download all the files, save in a folder. मैंने download करके रखा है यहाँ. And this is the FR exam kit. FR exam kit Kaplan. I generally like Kaplan. I don't have any reservation. You can use any book in the world, whatever you like. यहाँ पर अगर इसमें जाते हैं, so you will find that there is a page number 20 or 22 approx. ये है page number. There it will be, you will be able to see in the first column topics. Topics में EPS देखिए कहाँ है. EPS, IS 33, this one. For EPS they are saying that it is as per the syllabus guidelines 14 number topic. The questions they are saying 119 to 128 and 321 to 325. These question number I have also written here. मैंने खुद ही लिख दिया आप लोगों के लिए. जब चैप्टर खत्म होगा 119 to 128 and 328 to 325. But these questions include some extra portion which we have not discussed, diluted EPS. We have discussed only basic EPS. I have not set the name as basic EPS. खाली ये क्वेश्चंस है. उसके अलावा other than this, there is a study text also. Study text. Study text. FR study text. In the Google Drive it is there. FR study text अगर आप खोलते हो और उसमें अर्निंग्स पर शेयर 311 पेज नंबर around 330. Around 330 is not there further. Around 330. This is earnings per share, 336. In this chapter, once normal issue, because this is explaining the concept. The normal issue, then the rights issue, one by one examples are given. Some are solved, some are test your understanding. Test your understanding, answers are given at the end of the chapter. Illustration answer is given here only. You will be reading the illustration, solving this your own later. First of all, do the recording. First of all, do the same question which I discussed in the class. Do the solve in your own. Solve it. Then make your notes. Then only you will be doing these questions or the FR exam kit questions. Wherever you will find problem, I am there. If you cannot wait till the next class, then in that case, you can send in WhatsApp, you can send in mail, there is no problem. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है मेरे तरफ से. बट जब तक आप सीखोगे नहीं, आप सीधा सीधी यहां मत पहुंचो. फर्स्ट मेक योर क्लैरिटी क्रिस्टल क्लियर, मेक योर नोट्स अंडरस्टैंडिंग, देन आप क्वेश्चन दूसरे जगह से करो. जब आप एक बुक से क्वेश्चंस करोगे, दूसरे जगह से करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी नहीं. यू विल फाइंड दैट आई कैन इजिली सॉल्व ऑल. एक बार टेस्ट कर लेना, उसके बाद बीपीपी कर लेना. कोई बोलेगा, अनिस बोलेगा आई विल डू फ्रॉम बीपीपी, कर लेना मेरा भाई, वहां से कर लेना, कोई इशू नहीं है. बट पहले जो मैं बोल रहा हूं वो करो, रिकॉर्डिंग करो, उसके बाद आप क्वेश्चंस एक्स्ट्रा करने जाओ, जिससे आपसे होए. यू विल कॉन्फिडेंस. वी डोंट वांट योर कॉन्फिडेंस टू सैटर. वी वांट दैट द कॉन्फिडेंस वुड बिल्ट अप. मैं कर पा रहा हूं सब जगह से बिकॉज कॉन्सेप्ट क्रिस्टल क्लियर है, पता है क्या करना है. आप जब वो कॉन्सेप्ट बनाओगे, यू विल बी एबल टू क्लियर. लास्ट थिंग बिफोर लीविंग, tomorrow we have extra class, because if you see the chat which I have shared, there is some 7 to 8 days I will not be here from 29th of September to 8th of October. So I will be taking some extra classes to overcome them. So we will have extra class tomorrow only, even though as in that is not as per schedule, but my CMA US batch is not there tomorrow. So I want to keep your class tomorrow morning so that when I will not be there for 7-8 days, then at that time you all can manage. So tomorrow morning 7 AM we have extra class. उसमें हम लोग आपका डाउट्स, आपका जो भी पूछना है, बिकॉज मैंने अभी डाउट्स का अपॉर्चुनिटी किसी को दिया नहीं. यू ऑल सी द रिकॉर्डिंग्स, मेक इट रेडी. वी विल मेक द रिकॉर्डिंग रेडी इन 3 hours. 3 घंटा लगेगा, 2 सेकंड में नहीं होएगा. सो इफ इट इज 10 o'clock, by 2 o'clock you will have the recordings ready. If you can manage doing the recordings better. If you cannot manage because you are going to office and all that, tomorrow I will not ask any question from anybody. I will discuss on my own different examples and all that. I will ask the questions in the next class. Don't worry. But we have the live class tomorrow again. We will complete this and we will be going forward because there are many things to be taught in this. Still diluted EPS and all that is there. Okay? Leaving for today. Thank you to all of you. Slightly 13 minutes extra because बीच में format पे बहुत सारा questions आ गया था. I was not expecting that many questions on format. Sorry. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.